Welcome back. Last time was a recap for Karg's first chapter. Now we'll be checking out the anti-hero of the story, Darc. A half-human, half-Deimos hybrid with a really rough past and a harder life even now. Darc is seen having one of his nightmares about his past as his family is on the run from the Dracula. His mother and brother fall over the cliff and are never seen again. At least for a while. The story will clear that up later. Meanwhile, years have passed as Wendoff had not healed his wounds and could go no further. Given Darc the Windstone, he soon dies sitting in the sanctuary ruins. Fast forward to now, we see Darc getting tortured by this huge ugly frog creature named Guido.
Freak!
That is apparently his foster mother? More like slave driver. In any case, after his beating for the day, he soon gets up and he is tasked with an errand to go to the nearest town known as Orkoth to pick up some phoenix blood. Ew.
Behemoth?
Upon arriving, he is greeted by a female Orcon named Delma, who proceeds to make fun of him for how he looks, but then soon leaves him in peace. Darc tries to find a local merchant, but is apparently not around at the moment. So he heads to the arena as a meeting is taking place between the Elder, Gorma, and the current leader of Orkoth, Densimo. After the heated argument, Gorma is soon tossed out and Darc ends up taking his leave as well. He's soon able to finally get the Phoenix Blood as requested, but before he could leave, two more Orcans were waiting for him at the entryway looking to bully him out of the Phoenix Blood he just bought. He decides to challenge them as Darc is then taken to the arena to do just that. Upon winning, Delma comes over saying how impressed she is and asks you to join her and Densimo in the ranks, but Darc declines. He soon heads back to Guido's place with the Phoenix Blood in hand. Guido takes the blood off Darc's hands and tucks it away in a magic chest which only she can open, then tasks Darc with a new job of finding and bringing her Furbles. Learning more about them and where they can be found, Darc makes his way to the Haster Marsh where he finds and catches one. It was then that Delma and Zorm and Zugalo stopped by to check for any Furbles as well. Darc decides to string them along about where some are as Delma decides to forget about the Furbles and just leaves. Darc could not bear to let anyone have the Furble, so he decides to take it to the one place only he knows, and that's the Sanctuary Ruins. However, Delma surprises him as she makes a visit to his hidden spot as well. She promises to keep the Furble a secret from everyone if Darc agrees to let her fly. He agrees, and the two share a special moment together flying around the air. However, they are soon discovered by a Dracula that's apparently been hunting down Darc for quite some time. Their demand? The Windstone. Darc, however, wasn't having any of it as he takes his stance along with Delma. After scoring a victory, Darc's slave collar soon begins choking him a bit, meaning it was time to head back. Delma questions why Darc deals with someone like Guido, and Darc says it's a complicated matter. Unfortunately, with Darc heading back empty-handed, means he's getting another beating.
That's a huge bitch!
The next morning, Guido is nowhere to be found. Darc takes this as an opportunity to check out on the Furble before he runs into Delma on the way out. Back at the church ruins, they check on Wendoff's grave before a strange voice is heard by both Darc and Delma. A spirit, perhaps? Anyways, they check on the Furble and it's apparently laid some eggs. Suddenly, a group of human mercenaries are spotted that intend to defile the place, and Darc ain't having none of that. After the battle, Delma notices some armor and weapons left behind by them and tries to coerce him into trying them on. He passes. Since the Dracula could come back in full force, Delma suggests more allies and suggests this Dracula deal with Densimo. He reluctantly agrees, and they head over to Orkoth. There, they head to the arena to have a quick chat, and after a little persuasion from Delma, agrees to help. But on one condition. Densimo needs help dealing with the military group of humans over at the Zador Abyss that are seen mining spirit stones. Charging in, the three somehow force the entire army out, and Densimo finally agrees to help Darc with his problem against the Dracula. Heading back to Orkoth, Darc starts to get a little concerned about Guido since he's heard nothing from her all day. Densimo decides to have a word with her to sort out the collar mess. There's only one place that they have yet to check, and that's the Varum Barrens. Upon arriving, they see Guido strung up in a dead tree like she was being left for dead. Serves her right. It turns out to be a trap set by the Dracula to try and force Darc to give up the Windstone. Darc tells him to go to hell, and then wyverns are brought out to play. After the scuffle, The Dracker pull a couple of dirty tricks that knock out Densimo, Darc's wings getting pulled out of his back, and finally Delma gives in and tells them where the stone is. Delma is soon knocked out as Darc passes out as well. When Darc finally comes to, he sees only Delma still passed out on the ground. Not wasting any time, he quickly heads to the church ruins in hopes of protecting the Windstone. When he gets there, however, he sees all of them, Densimo, Guido, and the Dracker. Turns out that Guido sold Darc out to the Dracker so they could have the stone, she gets paid, and Densimo gets the Furball and eggs. The biggest backstab and betrayal that Darc ever experienced. Darc had finally reached his limit, and donning the human equipment of sword and armor, Darc takes on and eventually kills everyone in his path. Delma soon returns to see what has happened as Darc now proclaims that he will be the new leader of all Deimos, no matter what it takes. His first chapter then comes to a close. So we are now caught up, and so ends to the recap. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back as we hop into Chapter 2 to continue Karg's story. See you guys next time, and keep on gaming as always.